We prepare by growing spiritually so that we become whole and independent. We have to increase our vibrations by eradicating greed, lust and anger. From our normal selfishness we repeatedly convert it to selflessness. The greatest task is to humble ourselves, otherwise pride would blind us to our twin. Then comes a stage of divine discontent, which can be obliterated by forgiveness. Forgive oneself first, and then forgive the others. Then learn to love oneself and then others. In the life before the one in which we would be meeting our twins, we should be well developed spiritually. Our mission is known, and we would be pursuing our life plan with determination and joy. There would be self-discipline. One twin could be running parallel jobs without realizing the presence of the other. And yet, one twin is helping the other through energy interchange. This process is not recognized by both. The best way to increase our spiritual status is to go inwards. Summarizing the methods for preparation to meet our twin. Number 1. Spiritual discipline. Adopt a spiritual discipline, which includes meditation. The latter would accomplish silence and stillness with emptiness of thoughts. In that silence and stillness, a small little voice will surface to let us know what further steps to take. This discipline would also help us to eradicate lust, greed, anger, selfishness and pride. It is of course a slow process, but with meditation it is faster than any other method. In the depth of that emptiness and stillness, bliss will automatically arise, and if one is able to retain that bliss, joy and happiness will be our lot throughout the day. Be still and know that I am God. Number 2. Let go. While on this path, the essential goal would be to let go. One must be satisfied with what material comfort that is available to us. Enough is enough should be everybody's motto. The pursuit of the 5 C's in the developing and developed countries has been the bugbear. They work furiously just to acquire cars, condominium, credit cards, career, and clubs membership to neurotic proportions. They forget that we cannot take it with us. A story here would illustrate this point brilliantly. A young student is sent overseas to study certain skills. This overseas country has a currency control. No money may be brought in or taken out of the country. However, the student may earn a living to feed himself and pay for his tuition fees. The scholarship is for 10 years. So he took a part-time job while studying the skills that he was sent to learn. This part-time job was so successful that in 2 years he made it a full-time job. Then he acquired a flat, a car with credit cards. He joined prestigious clubs of that country, and he made his lucrative job his career, forgetting what he went there for. The skills that he went to learn were compassion, wisdom and unconditional love. All these were totally forgotten. So by the end of 10 years, at which time he has to go home, he failed miserably to acquire these skills. Neither could he bring home all his wealth, because the foreign country does not allow any expatriation of its currency, and also his home country does not use money. The currency in his home is karma and merit. This is exactly what happens to all of us, except that the length of overseas study is between 50 to 80 years and not 10. And the country of our foreign study is planet Earth. Our home is the spirit world. Number 3. Our path and skills. We are all endowed with certain skills, carried over from past lives. We follow our propensities, and the one that gives us the most happiness should be grasped and developed as a profession or vocation. It may not be lucrative at all, but nevertheless it is satisfying. With this talent as his life work, he may be able to earn a living as well as provide a service to mankind. That means if one's job were to help the handicapped, the aged, sick, or retarded children, then one's occupation would also be part of one's spiritual growth. If our work is to teach the young, equally one should put one's heart and soul into the teaching and not merely take the teaching as earning one's keep. The teacher should also instill spiritual qualities in his instructions. Number 4. Nature and nurture. In our recreation, one should indulge in nature. Exercising on the beach, or in the woods, or among the trees is par excellence. Walking in the woods, swimming in the seas and gardening to grow flowers and bushes for beauty should be actively cultivated. Other forms of recreation should include appreciation of classical music. Mozart, Brahms, Beethoven, Schubert, and Mahler are the music of choice. If one is not familiar with these compassers, try to learn to appreciate them. Loud rock music, especially of the hard metal variety, should be avoided at all costs because these types of music would definitely end up in deafness, and it also arouses our third chakra to unseemly proportions. Lastly, one should care for this body and mind. Proper food, vegetables, and fish, and avoidance of alcohol, drugs and smoking constitute clean living. Then enough rest in the form of sleep should do for the ordinary person, but for the spiritually minded, meditation is a must. Number 5. The penultimate step. From now onwards we must behave as if every relationship could possibly be the ultimate one. She or he may not be the right one, but at least we know how to behave when we finally meet the real twin. Every time we enter into a relationship, we treat the other person as if he or she is our twin. The other person's happiness must be above our own. We go to great lengths to make the other happy and secure even to our own detriment. One must remember that at this penultimate stage, both twins are on the verge of enlightenment, and periods of loneliness or solitude invariably accompanies the seekers. These periods of loneliness are a false sense of separation from our soul. Therefore, meditating inwards to realize our true self is an immediate solution. When our true self is realized, bliss is there. The loneliness and sadness will vanish right away with the light accompanying the soul. Recognizing the twin souls have the same vibrations. They come from the same mold, although not from the same womb. They are like one person bisected into two, but not one soul divided into two. Therefore, even after millions of years of separation, when they meet they know instinctively that this is the twin. Their vision, feeling and purpose are one. They see the same vision from the same spot, unlike two other people with two different sets of eyes, which see the same scene juxtaposed with one another. The twin souls see the same scene with their combined third eye. The scene arouses the same feeling in both, although both are of different personalities. In fact, what they see may even be complementary. This must be the case, as they are now brought together for a single purpose. The feeling for each other is nothing less than divine's love. The unconditionality of their love equals loving your neighbor as thyself, or loving the other as yourself. One does not love the other despite the other's faults. One loves the other for the other's faults as much as for the other's virtues. The love of twin souls is an ideal to be copied by all. The harmony and care do not allow of envy, irritation, or exasperation for the other. Pain and suffering are not allowed to emerge from either party. If there is any infliction of pain, it is due to an error of omission or lack of awareness. There is absolutely no intention to hurt.